Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Little different video this time. My back is to my model room, and I've done some rearranging and things, and I'm going to take a few minutes here in this video and kind of walk you through, just so you guys may say, what's it look like? Well, it's not much to it, but I'll show it to you. But first of all, I've got a couple of shop cards I want to show you. So hold on just a second. I'm going to show you those shop cards, and then I'll show you my model room. Stand by. Alright, so first Rick Zink has sent me his shop card. Rick Zink Skeletal Remains Scale Auto Restoration, which is pretty cool. The shop card looks really neat. I don't know where'd you get your artwork, Rick? I mean, that's not art, that's an actual picture. Did you do that? I'm curious. But anyway, Rick has been a subscriber of mine, and I'm a subscriber of his also. But thank you, Rick, for sending me this shop card. Everybody, I'll have Rick's channel linked in the description, so go check him out. And again, thank you, Rick, for sending me this. Rick is always one of those guys that when you put a video out, you're going to get a comment from Rick Zink. Thanks, Rick. And Skip-O-Matic's Model Mania. This is Skip Farrell. So Skip sent me his, and a nice note on the back of it. But yeah, I appreciate these. This is cool. Since I sort of opened the door, I've got to get my shop card made. I haven't even tried yet. But I will also link Skip's YouTube channel in the description below. So thank you both for sending me those, Skip and Rick. And here you look at there, guys. I'm starting to get a shop card collection. So, alright, so let's get into the model room. Alright, so here it is. Really small, but, you know, bigger than some people's spaces. So, thankful for that. Just to give you a heads up, if you didn't know, my model room is actually a shipping container. I bought a 40-foot shipping container, and not that I use all 40 foot of it, but there's the door. So I use probably about 15 feet of the shipping container. Probably about 15 feet, and the rest is just my I have shelves on the other side. Anyway, not what we're talking about. So I've done some rearranging. I had some RC cars, got them there. They used to be down right above those die-casts, so I've moved them all out, and now I've got model cars up there, and just done some straightening up. And just, I know some people may be curious what my model room looks like. You do see me panning on the intro, but what's it all about? So yeah, these are all my model kits. I kind of have an order, but not really. So, like, really, to be honest with you, the only order is the NASCAR kits. There's the NASCAR or race car kits, and then it's just like pretty much my big trucks are together. But from there on out, it's kind of random. I have this wall is more of the older kits, not old as in like 70s or 80s, but you know, the 90s. And then on this one, where I've rearranged as of late, or as of today rather, on top of the die cast is a row, right directly above the die cast is a row of the older ones that I have, and above that are some other kits that have a little age to them. They're all I'll never build. The Thunderbolts, however, the ones in the top left corner, I have built one, and I may build another one of those because I have extras. But until I get doubles of the others, I won't build them. Yeah, some just pretty cool kits. Well, I'm going to trip here. But the Prestige Corvair, I've had that since I was a child. Never built it complete. This, I've said before, that Quadzilla, I've had it since I was a child. One of the Thunderbolts, one of the maroon Thunderbolts I've had since I was a child. I don't know which one. This 33 Willys, I'm not going to talk about all the kits, but the 33 Willys, this is, I haven't had this kit that long, although it's an older kit. It's out of the 80s. My brother built that kit, and I remembered I actually still have the original box, the one he built somewhere. But that's a neat kit. There's that Johan that Steve sent me, and some others. But all these here on this row have some age to them. There's an MPC Ghost Rider Corvette. I think that's late 70s. I don't have anything a lot older than that. Back over this way, I have a few more die-cast that are still in the boxes that my dad bought. Those aren't even, they still have like this plastic strap around the body to hold them in place. He had these muscle machines. I don't have them turned so you can see the picture. I didn't have enough room, but you know those cars that have the really, well, you can tell by the box art, the real obnoxious looking, the engine's humongous. Those are for my dad also. And then I've got a few airplane kits. That B-29 kit, I've got it turned sideways. I don't remember who makes it, but it's a very detailed kit. I opened it up just to look at it earlier, and it's super detailed. It's even got some resin parts that comes with it. Or maybe they were bought separate, but it's like resin tires, so they look sagged. Old monogram F4 Phantom, there's a tank. Do you see that Hawk P-51? That's 1964. It's all there and complete. Very interesting. And then you've got these Renault. There's two kits that look the same there. They're like biplanes. Those kits I think are out of the 60s. And they are like complete. They've never been started at all. Really neat, although I'm not into airplanes as far as model kits. I love airplanes, just not airplane model kits. And then there's some smaller kits that don't have any age to them that I've picked up because they're on sale. But yeah, just hey, that's cool right there. I got that from Mark at Hobby Nut. Isn't that cool? That kit's like, man, I don't know what. That thing goes for like 60 bucks on eBay. I think I got it for $20 off of Hobby Nut. You guys need to go over to Hobby Nut and check out Mark's inventory. I put all the die-cast back in place. Some of you guys wanted to do another video on that, and I don't have a problem doing that. I'll just get them back down. Of course, there's my, oh well, don't let me go too far. This right here is where I do my like unboxings, and I'll take my photographs for my finished models right here. This is a case that's just got a few cars. It's got that metal Duesenberg that I built. My youngest daughter, Ellie, she built this little PT Cruiser. We built that in one day. It's a snap kit, but we painted it and all in a day. I did the Ghostbusters car. My daughter, Ruthie, although the little hook broke off of it, she did the, what's this thing? The time machine. And she did a great job on that. There's my little Tamiya Volkswagen Beetle. My oldest daughter, Gracie, that is 20 years old. And just had her first child. I'm a granddad now at 44 years old. Isn't that crazy? But she built this. We built this back in 2011. And she built that. And my son Joseph built that car. But anyway. A few motorcycles that I've got. A Tamiya, I think 1/12 scale. That is, let me tell you what. It's a turbo motorcycle. That is the most detailed model kit I've ever built. You could take the tank off. You could take all the fairings off. Everything's under there like it's supposed to be. Such a cool kit. It was an expensive kit too. There is a Tamiya. What's that? I don't know what scale these things are. That's a big one and that's a small one and that's a middle one. But anyway, that's a Ducati race bike, and then this is a 400 something CBR. I have built a tank. That's it. Pretty much probably the only tank I'm going to build. Cool little Porsche tractor I built. That was actually really fun. And these three are die-cast also of my dad's that I did not show, but they're 1/24 scale, or 25th scale rather. But yeah, that's where I do my video in, some video and picture taking. Here's my workbench. There's my air conditioning that I have to turn off. I'm sweating right now. Remember, I'm in a metal shipping container, but I do have a roof outside over it, but it gets warm in here. We're in the south. It's very humid. There's my frog outside that I hear croaking. Here's my workbench. I've just recently done a little bit of rearranging here. I bought so many of because Hobby Lobby was going out of the Model Masters was going out out of business or whatever. Hobby Lobby had them on sale, and I bought tons of them. So me and my wife came out here, and yes, my wife helped me. She labeled the drawers for me. So I've got those. Here's my model bench. Here is the 442 convertible that I'm working on. Sneak peek. Got some bare metal foil going on. It's looking really good. My paint booth, my DIY, or did it yourself. Did it myself. What's that? Did it DIMY? No, did I? Anyway, whatever. I did it myself. Paint booth. It's where I paint everything. Spray paint and airbrush. And there's my Iwata airbrush. And I don't use a airbrush specific air pump. I just use that. That's what I use. I find that this is much better than, or in my personal opinion, than spending twice the money on a little small compressor for your airbrush, because it holds a heck of a lot more air. I do have a moisture separator, and you can regulate it exactly where you want it to. It's kind of loud, but it only turns on, about every third car I spray. But yeah, that's my paint booth, and there's some of my builds. That's the 55. That thing turned out so great. Awesome. Let me open this up. Oh, really quick. That's where I do a lot of my filming. If I'm doing above my head filming, like doing how to put bare metal foil and I need an extra hand to hold the camera, that's where I hang it, right there on that extension thing. Yeah, these are, if I don't knock that off, those are some fun builds in here. There's my 4x4 that I mudded out. It's really cool. Tried to do the windshield wiper strokes. There's the 50, what is that, a 53 or something like that before I started YouTube, I weathered it out. There's my 50, what year model Chevy is that? 1950 possibly? And there's the Foos. Anyway, don't want to get carried away. And I also weathered the old 34. But yeah, pretty cool. And my other builds, let's see, what's the most recent one up here? It would be that blue one, the 442. There's the other 442. I think my favorite kit that I've ever built was that car, although it's the same as this car. It's just a great kit to build. I don't know, I really enjoyed myself doing that one. There's the 2-engine Hurst Harry Olds. Yeah. And another case here that's just got some odds and ends. My son, he built a Corsair, it sits there, and a few other. He built that Mustang and the bumper fell off. There's your Sirocco or whatever it is that they're selling at, let me show you. They're selling them at Ollie's. These are 2 old kits. These are from the 70s. But it's the same kit. I wouldn't think it's any different, except the plastic is not. Mine are red plastic and the newer ones are gray plastic. But I will give you some warning. That's the worst kit I've ever built in my life, except for that Country Charger right there. I think that was pretty much the worst kit I've ever built. But this one comes in a close second. It says AMT, but it was Lesney, I think, owned AMT at this point. So this car, I'm embarrassed to show it to you, to be honest with you. But this is that Sirocco, Rock'em Sock'em Sirocco. Oh boy, the detailing on this thing is just mind-blowing. So I'm sorry, I'm getting real off topic here. I've already took models out and I'm showing them to you. But like, it's got that looks real. But anyway, yeah, that's what you get. You kind of get this steel axle that just shoots through the bottom of it, The paint turned out pretty decent on it, and this was way back. I don't remember how long I've already built this one, but it's got decent paint on it. That's about all I can say. I did build the 85 or something. What is that darn thing? It's a 442 also, right there. And there's a Mustang that I've got a build video on. That was pretty far back in the build history of model car videos. And then that little truck there, it's pretty rough too. That's a die cast. That is a die cast. And this is a die cast, 1/25th scale. And there's the Camaro I built. Paint job looks terrible on that now that I look at it. And there's a little die-cast car that my daughter, Ruthie, bought me for Christmas one year. So I keep it displayed up here. And, all right, so getting back to the main thing. This bench is where I'll do some, let's see, what do I do over here? I've done some unboxing and things like that. It's just kind of a spare bench right now. I could do a build over here also, but I'm not great. Some of you guys can build like multiples at the same time. I'm just not good at that. I have a very short attention span, as you've already probably seen in this video. So to have two going on at the same time, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. So I just have this. I bought these cool signs from Hobby Lobby. Try to decorate it up a little bit, make it look like a man cave. And then there's the other kits. See if I see anything that stands out. Oh, my daughter, Ellie, last Christmas bought me this Schwinn Stingray. It is an MPC. So like when I took it out and I started to work with it, I had to strip all the chrome, and it has quite a bit of chrome. So I have to go back and I've got to re-chrome all the chrome parts. But I do plan on doing a build video on that. I just haven't taken a lot of time with it. Anything else that I see? Not really. There's my new ads. These gremlins came from Ollie's last year. The two 55 Chevys that the windows don't fit in. I guess you've all probably seen videos to people complain about that. And then all my my other stuff. This is the boat that my daughter Ruthie built. We had a video on that. The Carol. She did such a great job on that. That was an old Lindbergh kit that was released in the 60s. Obviously it was a Reeboks, but old-timey kit. And these things here, my daughter Ellie, that is totally afraid to be on a camera. These are like little model kits that they function. They have the parts move, so when you move his sword, the meat grinder opens up, the bearing falls out, it goes down, and you know, it's just little. They're funny looking. So one little action makes something happen at the other end. Yeah, pretty much it. Here's a little wall I put up of some memorabilia that I have. There's not a lot there. This old dog was my grandparents or my granddaddy's old dog Jake, and they had a little thing made for him once he passed away. My granddad used to have a welding shop. There's that. That clock came out of my grandmother, my dad's mother's house. Used to be a Georgia Power clock, and she put black tape on the bottom so it wouldn't say Georgia Power. My dad, it's his belt hanging there. You know, just there's a little rock that my daughter Ruthie drew a Volkswagen bus on the front of it. That's pretty crafty. Yeah, not a whole lot going on here. Some half-built CNC machines that I built. Some old bottles, but that has nothing to do with building models. Here is my incubator that I use to cure my bodies. So if you have an old incubator, there you go. You can repurpose it to be used to you put your model car bodies in there. Here's an old CNC machine. It's not old, but I built this thing. This is my design. I used to build stuff with CNCs and sell them on the internet. Anyway, this is a CNC machine that I built with belt drive and gear reduction stepper motors and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Yep, I built it. And, hey, that's about it. I mean, this thing's only so big. Oh, yeah, one other thing. This is an old Mac. My granddad had a logging company, or a small logging company from way back. And in the 70s, late in the 60s, 70s. Anyway, this old truck, this old Mac emblem came off of an old cab-over Mac truck, which I actually have in the woods. Nothing's any good on it. Zero. It's just the cab. It's not even the frame. But I was out there a couple years ago, and I said, oh my goodness, it's got the Mac emblem on it. Although it's a half a Mac. It's not like the one that would be on a hood ornament. Because it's a cab-over, they had to do it that way. So I snagged that thing and put it up here. Isn't that cool? And this is off of a 1936 Ford truck. My dad acquired it. The truck was no good, but this emblem, and I think the 60 stands for 60 horsepower. You guys that are antique fanatics and specialists, let me know. But that came off of that 1936 Ford. I don't know where on the truck it was at, but my dad took it off, and he also, no, that was off of a different car. We also had an old Model T, part of an old Model T that he had a brass Ford emblem off of. But anyway, yeah, this I think stands for 60 horse because it was a V8, had the flathead in it. And hey guys, that's about it. That's the model room. It's looking actually pretty good now that I've got those model kits up there up there. It kind of balanced things out. So yeah, that's it. Now now you don't have to wonder. And I've got a couple of Volkswagens. There's the engines right there. See those? They're both complete actually. This one is kind of torn down. This is a 1600. Came out of a 72, dual port heads. And for anybody, there's a transmission, but any of you Volkswagen experts, this is a single 1600 single port heads. This come out of a 70. I've got both of them. I've got the 72 and I've got the 70, and I'm putting the original engines back in them. These both run actually. My dad was disassembling this one at one time for me to do some cleaning, and it hasn't got put back together, but it's totally fine. But yeah, anyway, while all this filming up here and pictures of my cars, there's 2 Volkswagen engines down here that I'm stumbling on. But I don't have anywhere else to put them at this point. So that's the model room. Thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to go to Hobby Nut Models and pick you up a model kit. Don't forget to go to the Facebook group and join and show us your model kits. Here's one other thing. Sorry. This little... Who drove it when it was the 36? Was it Ernie Irvin? I don't remember, but this is like some sort of tin can car that I got from my dad's house. Like the top comes off of it. I guess it had some M&Ms. But what's that got to do with anything? Anyway, where's that? Facebook group. If you haven't already gone over to the Facebook group, please do so. And don't forget to go check out Skip-O-Matic's Skip's YouTube channel and Rick Zink. That I will link them in the description below. Not a whole lot else to say, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for bearing with my short attention span. But it's all good. Alright guys, I'm out of here. Take care. See you later. Bye.